Hello and welcome to SFDC Panther Lightning Component Development Session Day 9. This is Amit, and today we will learn how we can call the child controller JS method using Aura method. When we say child controller JS method, that means we wanted to call a method from a parent event in the child component. Then we will use Aura method, and we will see how we can call the parent parent component controller method using Aura action. And then for the project work, we will create a beer order object for the project model, and then we will add the logic behind the view detail button that we created on previous session. And then we'll also create a new component for the beer details that will be responsible for showing the details of the beer whenever we click on view detail. And then we'll also see what is page reference in the lightning objects, lightning component, so that we can use this page reference in next upcoming sessions. So let's go ahead and start with the Aura method. So Aura method is just a method that is a part of component API that enables to directly call a component's client-side controller instead of firing another and handling a component event. This means if you wanted to directly call a method of a child component without creating an event, registering and firing and handling the event in the component, we can use Aura method, and that takes three parameters. One is name, the name of the method that we can provide, and then action, what action should be triggered whenever we are calling this method from parent component, and then what is the access level and description. We can also pass the parameters inside the method like we generally do with the Apex methods. For example, if you wanted to pass two parameters, three parameters, we can define attribute inside Aura method tag. You can see Aura method start and then Aura method ending. So inside between these two we can define the parameters as well. So let's go ahead and see how we can call the child controller method from the parent. So let's open developer org. Go ahead and create a new lightning component. Let's name it as child component. Oops, UMP. Child component. This one is okay. And then create an Aura method here. Aura method. We'll name is a child, and then for action c dot handle child, and then axle we will give as access public. And we also use the parameters. So for that we will create a new attribute. Let's name as param1, and then type will be string. Okay, so this is just only one parameter that we will pass as of now. Let's go ahead and create a controller method here in the JavaScript controller. And what we will do, we will get the parameters and that we will be passing from the parent class from the parent component controller. So here for getting the parameters, we have a method get param that we earlier saw, and then for getting the parameters that are being passed from the parent controller method, there is a parameter name that is called as arguments, and here in this parameter we will get all the arguments that as of now we are passing only one. If you are passing more than one, we will get all the parameters over here. So now we will check if we are successfully able to do the things. Then what we will do, we will get param1, and then we'll do that parents dot param1. So this basically the name of the attribute here that we provided. We can just use the name of attribute over here as well, and in this variable we'll get the value whatever we are passing from the parent component. So let's alert it. Okay, now we are done with the child component part. We'll go ahead and create a new component that will be parent component. So we will make it as parent component. Here we will just create a lightning button, that will be name will be invoke child action, label will also be same, then on click of the button we'll call a method that is named as doClick. So before that, what we need to do, we need to call the child component here inside the parent component, so that we can get to know that which component we are referring, and let's give it a unique or ID. Say that child component, and inside doClick what we will do, first thing we will get the child component with the help of aura id, that is component.find method. Then that will be child component, and here we will use component.find, and inside find, as you know, we always pass the aura id, so here we will pass aura id, and then we just need to invoke the method whatever the name of method is, child. So we will do the child component dot method name, and we will see that I am from parent component. And now let's go ahead, put the parent component in the application. Here instead of psh, comment out this, we will use parent component, and we will see if we are able to see the alert that we put in the child component or not. Child action, and you can see that I am from parent component, and this alert is in child component controller. If you wanted to make sure that this is coming from the child component, let's go ahead and just put here in child controller, here instead of comma put h plus. Now we will refresh the page again. You can see that in child controller I am from parent component. Whatever the value we are passing from the parent component, we are able to get I am from parent component. So this is the way that we can use aura method for calling the child controller method from the parent component that are interrelated with each other, that are connected with each other. So as we saw that using the component event we cannot call the child component controller method. This is the way that we can call the child component controller method. And a very simple use case is that, for example, there are two components. Let me open the paint. There are three components here. This is the parent one, and then this is the child one, that is in the parent. This is a pick list field. Here you can see this is a pick list. And now what we wanted to do, whatever the selection we are doing here in the pick list, we wanted to send the value in the child component, that is here as well. Inside this parent component we wanted to send the child component this value, and then based on this value we wanted to filter out the child component here. So we can, instead of firing the application event, that is less secure, we can just use our method to call the child component controller, and then we can pass the value whatever we wanted to pass from the parent component. Now let's go ahead and see how aura action. Aura action, that is a kind of attribute type, that we have different type of attributes for aura attribute, that is string or array, list, object, integer, or s object, any custom class. So here this is also aura action is a type that is mainly responsible for calling the parent controller method from the child component. This is not a best practice. The best practice is to use the component event, but as this is present here for the practice purpose, just for the sake of that, there is some kind of or action that we can also use to call the parent client side controller method. You use or action. So let's go ahead and see how we can use this or action to call the parent component method from the child component. So here in the child component we will create one more attribute outside the method, that will be aura column. Attribute name we will give is at on click, and then here type will be aura column action. Okay, it's not aura colon, it's aura dot action. Oops. Okay, so this is the attribute that we can define aura dot action in our child component, and then we will create a new button, because on the click of button we wanted to call the parent component method. So we will just create a button that will be label as, we will say that pass the action, and then for value it will always be same as pass the action, and then on click what we will do, instead of calling the controller method, as we already define an action here, we will be passing on click method here as same as we pass the value for the attribute. So we will be passing an on click event, and that is the event in the lightning button, and then whatever the action we wanted to pass is that here on click the attribute we defined here. Now what we will do, in the parent component we will pass, as this is the attribute here in the child component, we can pass the value using the name of attribute, and then here inside the attribute what we'll do, we will the same as do click, or just say that do handle, so that we can differentiate. Here in do handle, in the component we can just create another method, and we can just show an alert that is I am in parent component. That's it. So here what we are doing, let's go ahead and see the thing again. First thing that we did, we created an attribute of type aura action, and then we name it as on click, and then we created a button that will be responsible for calling the action of that particular parent object, particular parent component. And here in the on click button, instead of calling the client side controller of child component, we are just passing the value. We are just passing the value attribute here, v dot on click. V is the value provider that we are passing, and then on click is the attribute name that we created. And then here in the child component, what we are doing, we are just passing that on click variable of the child, on click attribute that we define on the child parent. We are calling the parent component method that is just showing an alert. So let's go ahead here, refresh the page, and if you see that we have two buttons, just first we will see that invoke child action in child controller, and that is coming from aura method. And now we will see that pass the action, and we can see that I am in parent component. So this is the magic. These are the two magic things that we have for passing the action from parent to child or vice versa. So but for the best practice, please don't use aura action. Please refer the component event for calling the parent component method. If you wanted to call the parent component from the child, you can just use the component event, register it, and then handle it on the parent. That will be secure. And next is we'll be going to create a beer order object model for lab work, that for our project that we are building, Beer Explorer. So these are the fields that are defined. I also shared the link of the details for with the document, all with the data as a CSV file as well. So here let me go ahead and show you what are all fields that I created in my org that you also need to create here. These will be the different fields like shipping. If it is shipping, then it will be shipping street, shipping city, shipping postal code, shipping state, shipping country, and the same for the billing address. So let me show you that I already created these, so that we don't take that much time while we are working here. So here, go to the object manager. From the object manager you can click on create and create a custom object. What I did, I already created the required object for our project as of now. So here you can see that the API name is beer order. Why we will be using this particular object for storing, for getting the orders that customers are placing for a particular beer, and then we will be using the data for future processing, for future prospectus. So here in the field level you can see that beer, that is master detail with the beer object, billing city, country, postal code, and then there is one more field that is called as checkbox. Billing address same as shipping address. That means if this checkbox is checked, we don't need to require the shipping address. Sorry, we don't need to require the billing address, because we will be requiring the shipping address. Billing state, and then what is the order amount, the total amount of the orders, and then name. The name will be order number. Here that is named as order number, that is the auto number. Let me show you. And then order by the person who is ordering the particular order, what are the quantity, then shipping information, and then what is the status. So here this is the order number, like ORD, and then here 6 times 0, or you can give 4 times 0 or anything, and then starting number is 1. So this is the model that we need as of now for our project. If we will be expanding this in the further tutorials, then we will be doing the model things as well. Okay, so let me close this child and parent. Okay, next thing is adding the logic behind the view detail buttons on the Beer Explorer. So let's go ahead and get the idea of the beer, whatever that we are doing, and then we will see what we can do with the ID of the beer. Okay, let's go ahead on the component, just comment this so that in future you can use those. Comment out this and save this. Okay, so here where we were on the beer list component, we created a lightning card, we created a button that is called as view details, and then we also created a method in Java client side controller that is show information. And here you can see that we are just only showing 10 beers. Let's go ahead and change it to, instead of 10, now we are going to show 50. Okay, so first let me open you the component library for you so that because here we are using lightning card, and for getting the ID for the here in the action button, we will be opening the button so that we can use some of the button attributes that we are not using for passing the IDs into our JavaScript client-side controller. So whenever we are clicking on this, any click, all these are considered as event. And if you have noticed, while working we have three parameters that we are passing. One is component the controller is associated with, and then the event, which event is causing to call this particular method, and then the helper if you wanted to use helper. So here as you see in the BList component, we have a button, we are clicking, that is we are getting an on click event. So on the click of event we have many things that we can get here, like we can get event source here using the method event.getSource, and then in this, by this parameter we can get most of the information related with the button. For example, if I say I wanted to get the label or I wanted to get the value, you can just say that dot get, and here we can say that v dot label, and let's refresh and see if you are able to do that or not. Also, as we are showing the 50 now, so page will be scrollable. Okay, so let's click on here. Okay, we are not able to get. Okay, instead of, are we able to get the value? Let's go ahead. We are able to get the value, that is video details. Here without value we are able to get. Okay, so let's go ahead here in the component library, and we'll be playing with the attribute of the component button. So in the specification we have body, we have database index, we have title, as we are not using title, that is displaying the tooltip whenever the mouse overs the element. So we can use title or we can use name. So what will be going, we are going to use the name event for storing the particular ID of the beer record ID. So here what we'll do, we will use name, and then here we will use this inside name, that will be unique as well for each and every button. And then as we get the value in the here in the value by using get v dot value, we can just put v dot name and see if you are able to get the record ID of that particular beer in which particular component, in which lightning card we are clicking on. So let's go ahead and refresh that. Oh, now let's see. Okay, so this is the ID that we are not using the record ID here. Let me go ahead, save it and record ID, and then we can get the record ID of that particular beer, and then we can do whatever we wanted to do. Here you can see we are getting in the last, if you can see that XSQHE. If you click on here, you can see that XYQAZ. So the ID is different, that means we are getting the unique IDs. You can see XUQAG. So now we are able to get the IDs. What next we will do? First we will create, let me show you and let me try if you are able to get the complete beer detail here, because we are querying all the values, all the details, all the fields that we wanted to show, that we wanted to see, that we wanted to display. So what we'll do, we are passing the complete beer object over here. So now instead of alert, what we'll do, we will store in a variable, and then we will try to console log and see if you are able to get the value for beer object. If you are able to get the complete beer detail here, then that will be very easy for us, and I hope we'll definitely get it. We are already getting the ID, the standard one, the custom one. So let me go ahead and open the console for you. Click here and you can see, oops, we are not able to get, I believe we are not able to get. Okay, so we cannot pass the complete object here, so we are going to use that complete ID. Okay, so next what we are going to do is we'll create a new component that is called as beer details. So this component will be used for showing the details of the beer, and that will also be having a button that is called as order now. And if user want to order especially particular beer, they can go to the beer detail and they can order. And if the user wants to order multiple beers, then we'll also implement that functionality later on. So let's go ahead, create a new component that will be beer detail. And inside beer details, we will be showing all the details of the beer. So first what we'll do, we'll just put some padding on the top so that we can, and then we'll create an attribute that we will name as beer ID. Our type will be same as string, and with the help of beer ID we will display the information here for the beer. So before we go ahead to display the information of beer, I would like to introduce a new component that is called as force colon record data. So what force colon record data does, it does either display the record with the help of record ID, all the information that we wanted to display, or if you wanted to create some object with the help of it acts as like a standard controller. So let's go ahead and see here, type force colon record data. Here if you go ahead, you will see force colon record data. Here we have different fields. Just copy here our IDs, we can whatever we want to provide, and then for the record ID we need to provide the record ID. For the layout type we have two type, that is one is full and one other is compact. If you will provide full, we will get all the details. Let me show you. If I go to beer object and open any record detail page, and that is the full record detail page. If you open this, whatever we are seeing here, that is full record detail base. And the compact layout is that we have added some fields just for getting the information of that object for that record. So we are going to use a full. We are not specifying any field mode. We have two types of view, edit or read only. So as we just wanted to show the information only, we are going to use read only. And if you wanted to get the information, you will get here from the okay, that is view and edit. We don't have read only, so we don't need to provide view and edit. And then layout, you can see that full or compact. And then target error, what is the target record? These are the other things that we are going to discuss. Sorry for this, we are not going to use this. We are going to use force column record form instead of force column. Okay, so before displaying the beer details information, I'd like to introduce a new tag, that is lightning column record form. That what it does, it displays the record of the information based on the record ID for a particular object, or we can also create. So this is the syntax, lightning column record form. We can provide the record ID for specific for showing the details of existing record. If you don't provide, it will create a new record. And then we can provide here object API name, whatever the object you wanted. We can provide the layout type, either it is full or compact, and then view will be either editable or view or read only. So as we are just going to display the information, we are not going to use view or edit. For the mode, we are going to use read only over here. Layout type will be full, and here API name of beer object is beer underscore C. So what it will does, it will get the record ID from the system. It will see either the record ID what we are providing is matching with the key prefix of this object API name that we are providing here, beer underscore C, and then it will show the information related whatever the layout type you are going here. We are giving here read only, sorry, we are giving here full and read only. So for testing this, for testing purpose only, just on the beer list component, what we'll do, we will call the method that is called as beer ID, and here we'll create a new attribute, that is, let's copy and hit same. Okay, so here we are passing the beer ID in the beer ID attribute of the child component. And then from the controller, whenever we are clicking on this, we will just set the value of ID that we are getting here in the beer object, and then we'll see if you are able to get the information or not. Okay, so as we are not providing any ID over here, this is why it's just showing the sample that owner ID we already have, and then for tags it is showing as blank. So what first we'll do, we will search for a beer, and now if you'll click in this beer, you will see the details of all the beer over here. So we can also as you can see that here we are seeing the details on the single column only. So what we will do, we can also provide columns for lightning record phase. So what is the attribute name? Let's go ahead. This one, the name is columns, and we can provide 2 as a standard we can. And then here in the beer list component we can also add aura if, aura colon if, as we just wanted to show the component if there is an aura, if there is an beer id present. If the beer id is not there, we don't want to display the component with the blank values. So we'll just add a condition using the aura if beer id is not equal to null, then only display the information, otherwise don't display the information. So what we'll do now, we'll go ahead, refresh the page, and here we will search for this beer, click on view detail, and you can see on the 2 layout, one is beer name, owner id, tags, alcohol, whatever the layout we are seeing here, beer name, owner, tags, alcohol are the same exact layout we'll get here, but in the read only mode. You can see, or you can also see the image. If you click on image, it will open the image whatever we put for that particular beer. Although this is a generic image, so you don't need to worry about the image from where we'll get or not. The image link is already there on the CSV file. So this is the basic that we can use for the record form, for showing the for displaying the information with the help of beer id, as we don't wanted to make the call outs. We don't want to make the calls, server call for getting the beer details based on beer id. And next thing is what we need to add a button, that is order now, for creating the order for a particular beer. And on the clicking on order now, we will be showing a new component that will be that will be asking some information from the user, and then we will be saving on order details. So here on the same, use another div, you can use the same class here, and then use lightning call a button, order now, and then label variant as brand, on click you can just and on the controller we can create a method that is do order. Let's go ahead, refresh the page, and click on view detail. On the bottom you can see the details and a button order now. So as we are displaying this information here on the bottom, we are going to display the information on the pop-up in the pop-up, as we are using the lightning application, so we will not be able to do this here. So what we'll do in our next session, we will create the tab for this beer explorer application. We'll create a new application that will be beer explorer, and then we will create the pop-up, and we'll also do the order now components as well. So for the next purpose, what we'll do, we'll create a new component that will be create orders, create beer order. So inside this component, what we'll do, we will add all the fields that we wanted to use. Let's say that we wanted to use some few details for the beer, or if you wanted to use all the details, then we will definitely be using lightning call record frame with the mode as a edit so that we can create. But as of now, what we'll do, we are going to use just few fields. We are going to use, yeah, we are going to all the fields here in this objects. We are definitely going to use lightning colon record form. We are going to take the advantage of this out of box feature, and we also have the events that we can get, that is on submit, on success, on error. So we can also handle the error and success and all whatever we wanted to do. So in the next tutorial, what we'll do, we will create a order now. We'll complete the model of order details, beer details, and we'll also create the component. We also see how we can save the beer orders. And next is page reference in the lightning. So when we say that page reference in lightning, in the earlier, before this Winter 19 release, there were no concept of page reference. We cannot use page reference. That means we cannot pass the values in the URL as we can do in the video first phase like this. For example, this is my page name, and let's say that component name. Now we can pass the IDs, and then let's say that state, and let's say that whatever the context, it is lightning or classic. So now we have a Salesforce standard tag called as lightning navigation, and that we can use for navigating between different component, that may be record page, detail page, custom components. We can also pass the parameters. So for lightning navigation, we'll just see the introduction part of this, and in the next tutorial we are going to apply this. So let's go ahead to the component library. Type lightning navigation, you will get all the information over here. So this is basically for navigating between. So to use this, we have a tag called as lightning navigation, and we need to provide the aura ID, and then inside our controller, what we can do, we can find this aura ID. We can find the aura ID using component.find, storing it a variable. We can create an object, whatever we wanted to do, like object page account. What is the action? We can provide the action over here, and then what are the parameters that we wanted to pass. In the state, we can pass the parameters. What are the parameters are like filter names, my accounts, or anything else that we can pass here. We can pass IDs, we can pass context, we can pass date times, anything that you wanted to pass. And for more information, you can click on this link and go to and get the more information. You can also see filter name is my accounts. You can pass that as well. So this is what we are going to apply whenever we'll click on order now button. Here, whenever we are going to click on order now, we are going to redirect to custom component that will be responsible for creating the orders and all that. So I hope you got some new things, got some new steps in this session, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching the video.